I'm just going to wait for some people to show up before I start.
This is the first time anyone will be able to complete the census online, since my generation and probably the millennial generation is so accustomed to doing everything online. It'll just make everything so much easier and smoother.
Welcome. I'm going to wait for some more people to join before I start. But I can start telling you what things you need, what items you need. It is linked in the description below of this video. But I'm going to tell you, just so you know, you're going to need a plastic bag. You're going to need at least 4 coffee filters. I'm going to use a styrofoam plate, and that's just so I can place my thing I'm painting on the plate so it doesn't mess your table up. Or if you have a piece of plastic or wax paper or anything to tape on your table, you can. You're going to need a plastic bottle, drinking bottle. You're going to need paints, scissors, a Sharpie, color pencils, or you could use crayons, a sharpener if you do have a color pencil, and a hot glue gun and some hot glue sticks. I believe that's it. Oh, it's not it. Actually, if you're doing paint, I mean, you don't have to do paint. You can just leave it how it is, but painting it'll make it look cuter. You will need a water bucket, and a paintbrush, and a paint rag also. Okay, and then since I'm getting more people joining now, the project of the day is this cute, absolutely adorable jellyfish made out of a plastic bottle. Can you see that? Look at it smiling. It's so happy. Okay, so that's what we're making today. And look how long the little tentacles, the little tenai hang, or whatever you call it, tentacles. They hang pretty long. So you can hang it up in your window or on your ceiling if you make a big one. If you don't have a water bottle and you have a soda bottle, that would probably work too. It would be better if it was clear. And then that's what we're making. So I'm going to set this. Maybe I don't know if you'll be able to see it in the video right here. Yeah, okay, maybe. I'll stretch it across here. There we go. Okay. All right, so now since I have more people joining, welcome, and I'm going to get started. If you want to know what you need, it's in the description of this live video that I'm doing right now. And I'm going to set all my things aside for a second so that I can get more organized and get my area ready to create. So the first thing you're going to need is your plastic bottle, right? So you're definitely going to need that first. That right there. And your plate. You want to leave your plate there so that it's not, well, you can set your plate aside for a second. Yeah, in your bathroom. That'd be great. All right. You're going to need scissors and your plastic bottle. If you are a child and you're doing this, you need supervision from your adult because they may need to help with the cutting, the initial cutting of this, okay? So safety always first, right? All right, so I'm going to put all my stuff. Oh, all right. Now my area is clean and I feel a lot better about it. Let's stick my paint rag over here. Okay. First things first, you don't have to take this off because, I mean, it depends on how big you want your jellyfish. So this is what we're making. We're making a cute little jellyfish out of a water bottle. And you can have your jellyfish longer or you can have it shorter. I'm going to do it short. I might do it a little longer just because this first one I have, he's short. So maybe I want to make a little bit bigger one. Since I have a little bit of water in this, I'm going to pull my paint thing over here so I can empty what's left out into my paint water, okay? That way I don't get it all over my table. Make sure your bottle is pretty empty of water so you don't get it everywhere. But you do have a paint dry rag, so you can use that. All right, now once you get that done, back for a second. Once you get that done, take your cap off because your cap is going to allow the air to be pushed out, right? So take your cap off, and you don't need that right now. And then you're going to kind of fold your bottle a little bit, all right? Bend it. And then you're going to take your scissors, and you're going to, now I still have water there, so I got to be careful. And then you're going to start cutting. This was a super thin bottle, so it was really easy to cut, right? And then just put your cap back on, because you know what? We can use this for another project for another day, which we probably will. So if you join us again, we'll use that. All right, and then I still have water in this, so I'm gonna wipe it out with my rag, because it's not enough to kind of pour out. So take your paint dry rag and wipe out your cap there. Make sure that you, right now, while I'm thinking about it, plug in your hot glue gun, so that when I'm ready to do hot glue with you all, it'll be nice and hot and ready to go, all right? If you do not have a hot glue gun, you can use tape. You will have to wait until, of course, both ways, you'll have to wait till it's dry. But if you put thin layers in this, it should dry relatively quickly. And by the time you're done doing your tentacles, it should be ready to go, all right? I like this one because look at this bottle. It's got like these little waves on it. I think that's pretty cute. All right, next, you're gonna grab your paper plate or whatever you have to cover your table. Make sure your table's covered. Oh wait, actually no, hold on a second. Take your scissors, now that you have this cut. You're gonna take your scissors and you're gonna cut slits in it, okay? And the reason we're doing this is because you can bend these up and make them look more jelly-like, right? So, however thick you want them, that's up to you. I would say don't go too far up. I wouldn't go any further than maybe a ½ inch to an inch, okay? No further than that. And then I'll show you what I did. All right, and then this is what I did, if you can see. See that? All right, and that's what you're gonna do. And then they can just fold up. Look at this, you can fold them up. And if you push on them like this, they'll bend into place like that. They should, anyway. And then you got that. See that? All right, so now that you have that done, next step. I was getting ahead of myself there. Hello, for everybody just joining, we are doing these little drinking bottle jellyfish. And then all the stuff that you need is in the description of this live video. All right, so now grab your plate so that you don't dirty your table. And then I'm gonna set my scissors aside because I don't need those just now. And then you're gonna get your paintbrush. And make sure you have your paint water, right? Okay. And then I'm going to take my palette here. I'm not going to use my palette today. Like I've told you in other videos, you don't have to use a palette if you're doing a small paint project. You can just dip out of the cap and paint, and that's how I'm going to do it today. I do that a lot at City Museum too, in Art City. Sometimes I will dip into the cap and let people do that as well, and that way it saves on your paint and your paint will go a lot further. All right, okay, so that's the next step. Get your brush out. All right, and then choose the colors that you want. The colors I'm going to do today are greens and blues. Those are the colors, maybe some white, maybe some pink, a little splotch of pink. I had a shiny green color that's like iridescent, like opaly, so I might use that on it. I'm not sure yet. I also have other greens and a red because I want to put a little heart on the back of mine because I do that a lot with my little creatures. I put hearts on them. So I'm going to do that. All right, so now I'm going to get started. Figure out what colors I want to do for the base. So I think maybe I want to do blue. So I'm just going to open the cap, and if you shake it, there should be paint in that. Make sure you don't knock your paint over. I think what's going on is my connection kind of fails sometimes because there are probably so many people online right now, and then what happens is it messes my video up, and then I have to go through and fix it. All right, fix the lighting a little bit. Tried. Okay. All right, so then you're going to just start painting, and the way you want to do it is you want to paint down, okay? So when you're doing it, you're going to paint down. See how I'm doing that? Down. And then just kind of sporadically paint it. You don't want it too thick in here because the object is to make it look like it's see-through, like a little jellyfish, right? So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna paint wherever. You can just do it, you know, wherever you want, but just make sure it's down, okay? Downward. It helps a lot when you do it downwards. And then if you notice that there's a little bit of paint collecting in, if there's any crevices, try to move it around so it's not thick pieces of paint. See that? And I'm not going to do the whole thing this color. I'm going to do different colors, right? So I'm going to do different stripes on it, different colors. Okay, now I've got my blue. I did some of that, and I like the way that's looking. Then I'm going to move on to green. I think maybe I might want to use some of that shiny green, and I don't need to really clean my paintbrush off because these are all meant to blend together anyway. So I'm just going to blend them together. Paint the inside. So this is that pretty green. Can you see it? Pretty green color. I don't know how well it's going to look, but we're going to try. See what it looks like. Oh, that's kind of pretty. Yeah. And don't forget to get your little sides, the little tabs that we cut, right? You want to get those too. And I'll show you what I've got so far. Put some on top. You want to put some on the top of it. You don't want too much on there though, because that has to dry, right? Okay, so this is what I got so far. All right, then I'm going to move on to the next. Maybe put some on some of the other ones because I didn't. Remember, don't go different angles. You want it all to go straight one way, all right? And it's kind of nice if you blend it, try to blend it a little bit, like I did right there on the top, right here. All right, blendy, blendy. All right, next, different color. I'm gonna do, maybe I'll do some of this little white. I think it's pretty green too. All right. What's going to happen is this white is going to mix in with this green. It's probably going to make a lighter green, so it's okay. I mean, just kind of blend it in there. I think this one's great. I love this little project so much. I can't wait to hang it in my house somewhere. By the time all this is over, I'm going to have so many things hanging in my house or around my house. Okay. And then some more. And you know, I think I'm going to put a little bit of pink in here too, just because. Why not? Okay, so that's what I got so far. Looking good, looking very jelly-like. Here. All right, and I think I'm gonna save the rest for the pink, right? Okay, now I'm gonna wash it off because I don't wanna mix a lot of the green with the pink, which it will mix, but I'm gonna try to make it to where it doesn't. Just so it doesn't make it like a muddy brown color. This color is called bubblegum. It doesn't even look like bubblegum, right? Reminds me of that, what is it, that bubblegum that you get at Halloween? Double Bubble, that's the name of it. I love that stuff. It's one of my favorite gums. All right. And then just paint. Remember, paint down. Paint down. Down, down. Okay, it looks like mine's gonna dry pretty easily. That's good. All right, and then I noticed that on my crevices, I don't have a lot of paint, so I need to fill some of that in. And then also, you can also maybe leave some because, you know, it'll look more jelly-like. This looks kind of blocked off. I don't like that, so I'm gonna fix it. All right. Paint some of those. All right. And then once you have that, you're going to set it aside because the next step's pretty fun too. That, they want to make it look like it was blocked. All right. Oh, this has turned out great. Okay, so this is what I have so far. Oop, I don't like the way that looks. Blendy, blendy. There we go. Okay, this is what I have so far. All right, then you're gonna set that aside. Wherever. You put that off to the side, maybe right up here. And then wash your brush out, because that's the last you're gonna need of your brush. Just a little bit. All right, put your supplies up. Make sure you stay organized. All right, and then I'm done with the paint. So I'm gonna put my paints away. Here, I have all kinds of paints. They are everywhere. I found out somebody commissioned me to do a little teething stuffed animal for their friend's little baby, and I had never done one before, so I had to research, of course, and I found out that this apple barrel paint is child safe. It's got, if you see any, this is what I learned, if you see any paint that has the letters AP on it, that means that it's approved for children. So that's just a little something in case you ever want to know. You can't use all paints to paint on child toys. All right, now that I got that done, oh, I'm so excited, Karen. I can't wait to see the finished product. Hopefully you will post it in our comments below when you're finished. Okay, next step is the tentacles. This is the fun part. I love this part. It's all fun, but this is a lot of fun. Okay, so next you're gonna take one of your coffee filters. All right, take your coffee filter. I don't need my plate right now. Set that aside. If you have a soft table, like really soft, be really careful because I've found that because my table is a soft wood, you can write in it and it'll leave indents. So you gotta be careful of that, all right? So this is next. We're gonna start decorating our coffee filter. Now I am using these 3 colors for mine that I already picked out. And you're gonna do like, on all your coffee filters, you wanna do different, I mean, I guess you don't have to, you can have them the same, but I did mine different. So for mine, I did stripes and I did some polka dots, right? So for this one, I'm gonna do some polka dots on this one, and I'm gonna do them in orange, okay? So what you wanna do is you wanna go all the way around your whole coffee filter and decorate it. You can do scribbles, you can do whatever. In fact, I'll probably do some scribbles on one of them. So I'm just gonna do circles on this one, little dots, and just put them everywhere. And I'll show you what I mean by that. That, and then just go around the whole thing. You wanna do it in the middle, on the sides. I love my colored pencils so much. And I was watching a video yesterday, because I'm always researching items that I could use in my own personal art or whatever. And I love these colored pencils so much, and they're like extremely soft, kind of like cream almost. And they're Prismacolors, but what I learned was the Prismacolors that I had, because they were given to me, are from the 60s. 60s? 50s or 60s? They're super old, and I didn't know it until I so happened to come up on a video that was talking about it, and how you could tell was the name of the company is on there, and that company no longer owns them. And I was like, wow, that's so cool. And they're extremely soft, and I'll probably never be able to find another set like them when they're out. Had I known that they were that old, I probably would have used them a lot more sparingly. But oh well. Anyway, that's the fun in it. Enjoying the things you have, right? All right. Here. Okay, now I have this whole coffee filter with circles on it. All right, and this is what I have. Polka dots galore. All right, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take your scissors and you're going to cut this into a spiral, okay? And then you can cut it in half because it'll be extremely long. So start at one side at an angle and just start cutting in a circle. My suggestion would be not to do super thick. You see about how thick I have them? I wouldn't do too extremely thick, all right? So I did I tried it with thicker ones and it didn't look right. So a little thinner, maybe a ½ inch wide will work. So a part of it was too big, so I'll probably glue that to the inside since I got that too big. And then you just keep going around, right? When you get to this part where you started, see this? It's gonna have like a little corner on it. Just cut that corner off, all right? So it makes it more rounded. All right, and then just continue on. Cut in a circle, all the way around. And we're gonna do this to all of our, my mat is vintage. I bought it at a Goodwill. I know, I love it so much. I actually got grease on it the other day and I tried to wash it off and I could not. So if anybody has any suggestions on how to get grease, green bean grease, off from this vintage mat, which is probably cotton, I would love to know. All right, so in a circle. When you get to the end, my suggestion is to just cut it off and then get rid of the circle part because you don't need that. Just throw that aside. All right, and this is what I got. So then once you have this extremely long tentacle, you're going to cut it in half. You're going to measure it and then cut in half, all right? So there you go. Cut in half. All right, and then it looks, yeah, there we go. So then I'm going to set those aside. Those are going to look really good with this color. Set those aside, and then you're going to move on to the next. So I'm going to grab another one, and I'm going to do another color. So this color, I'm going to do like a green blue. Oh, my color pencils are Prismacolor. But I was saying earlier that, well, I have Prismacolor and I have Liquitex. And you can purchase them online, or I believe Michaels has the Prismacolors, and they're awesome. The consistency isn't quite the same as the older brand of Prismacolors, but it's the same brand, and they work decently. The Liquitex is pretty good, but I like the Prismacolor. All right, so then you're going to move on to the next. And with these, I think I'm going to scribble with this. So I'm just going to scribble all around. This one is actually Liquitex, in case anybody's wanting to know what I use. All right. Yeah, they look really good. The color pencils go on really good on any surface. They're super vibrant. And paint, I use all different paints. I get a lot of what's on sale. I get Liquitex paint I really like. I like Michaels. I like Hobby Lobby. I like whatever is on sale that I can buy that is a good consistency. I have a few brands that I really like. All right. Okay, now I have that one scribbled all in, and then you're going to do the same thing with that. You're going to start cutting in a circle. Remember, don't make your tentacles too thick. And for those of you just joining, we're doing these little plastic bottle jellyfish today. Right. Remember, cut off that little edge so it's not too thick right there. And keep going. And then if you want to do the project, the description of everything you need is in this, the list of everything you need is in the description of this video. So if you want to do it later, you're just joining and you're late, then you could still do it. All right, what happens is these little spirals kind of make your squiggly tentacles look more tentacle-y. I loved art class in school. However, I prefer the non-structure of just doing it on my own. I did like it though because it was a challenge. My favorite art class that I took was ceramics. I loved ceramics in high school. It was my favorite. All right. And I was always doing art when I was younger. All right, so then you're going to cut those in half. And then if you want to do more tentacles, you can move on. I'm just going to do these 4 for now to kind of shorten the video. But, okay, so now you have your body and your tentacles. Oh, wait, and we're not done. Next you want to grab your plastic bag, all right? Plastic bag is next. All right. And then you're going to take your plastic bag, okay, and you're going to kind of fold it to where it's flat, all right? I'm going to move these out of the way since I'm finished with these. Put these away. All right. Always keep your area clean. You'll feel better about your art. Okay. Then you have your plastic bag like this and you're going to start folding, okay? Rolling, folding, whatever you want to call it. You're just going to roll it up, okay? Now, I don't like using the part that has color on it, so I'm just going to kind of cut right here. Cut that off. See how I cut that? You just cut it, all right? And then I'm going to cut this off because I can see clearly that's where the markings is. But you can use it if you want, but I just don't think that it matches my little jellyfish that I have, so I'm not using it. And you only need like 4 or 5 of these little strips anyway, so then you're gonna do little tiny strips. So if you look at what I did here, the plastic ones are even thinner than the other ones, right? So you're gonna cut these super thin, all right? And make sure that you don't yank on the plastic because it will tear extremely easy, okay? So then that's what you're gonna do. And then just let it fall. So cut, cut, set it aside, cut, and cut. And maybe one more, just in case I mess one up. All right, and then when you take it and you pull it apart, you have like this loop, and then you're just gonna cut that in half. There you go. And you wanna do that to all of them that you have. Cut. All right. Cut. There we go. And then do it again. Okay, I think I have enough little tentacles now. I'll take this thick one and put it aside because I'm not a fan of that one. I like the thinner ones. Cut this one. All right, now we have all our tentacles. Now it's time to hot glue them in, right? And, you know, it should be dry by now, and it is. It's nice and dry. Pull your tentacles up to you. Take your little body, all right? Make sure that all your little plastic pieces are pushed out, like so. All right, and then we're going to start hot gluing or taping, depending on what you have, in. So just start picking your tentacles and figuring out how you want them and glue them in. Now, when you glue them in or tape them in, you want to make sure that when you're doing this, that it's facing the outside of your jelly so that you can see the markings on it, all right? So I'm just going to drip a little bit of hot glue in the middle because I like some of these to be in the middle and some to be on the outside, all right? So I'm going to drip a little piece of hot glue in there. You don't need a lot, all right? And be very careful you don't burn yourself. Fold this down and very easily push it in there, right? Very easily push it in. Okay, there's one. And then move on to the next. I like to do them on separate sides. So if I have one color on one side, I want to do the other color on the other side, right? So then that's how I'm going to do that. I'm going to, like this. So I'm going to put a hot glue on this side and glue it on here, the opposite side of the other one. Remember, never glue to the small piece. Always glue to the bigger piece that won't burn you, okay? That keeps you safe. You don't want to burn yourself. All right, there's that so far. And then if you want, you can do some of the little teeny tiny ones. So figure out where you want those and glue those in. I'm going to do some to the sides. Now when you glue these in, the best thing to do is to wad this up a little bit so it's like a ball, right? And then you can set it on there so your hand is not touching that glue, okay? Split that apart there and drop it in somewhere. I'm going to do this on the side. So I put a piece of hot glue on the side of it, right? And that's where that's going to stick. So can you see how I did that? All right. And then move on to the next. And then those strings get everywhere. You got to really work with them. So keep your little tentacles organized, right? Organization. Okay, and then I'm going to wad this up again. And then I'm going to do it on the other side because I like the sides. There we go. And then I'm going to pick one of these and I'm going to do one of these again. Okay. Find a spot for this one. I'm going to drop it right down in the middle. And glue it in. There's that one. And then I have one more because I only did 4 of these, right? So I have one more that I'm going to glue in. And I'm going to glue that in the middle as well. Right? There's that. And then I have some more tentacles right here. Maybe I'll do one more. I'll do this one directly in the middle, right? Drop that right in the middle. Wad it up because you don't want to burn yourself. Stick it on there. All right. And then look what we have. We have this extremely super cute little recycled jellyfish. This is what you could do with your water bottles. Also, you can take a piece of your coffee filter or a piece of the plastic and you can make a little loop on the top so that you can hang it if you want. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to make a little loop here if I can. Ball it up. Drop a little hot glue right here. And we're not done yet. We have one more step after this to do. And then we'll be done. Put that little bit right up there. So now you have something to hang your jellyfish with. All right, and then the very last step is to give it a face, right? I didn't paint the heart on mine. I'll do that afterwards. You can paint a heart on it if you want. But look, now you have something to hang it with. And then I'm going to do the face. So get your Sharpie marker. And this can be set out of the way now. Your Sharpie marker and draw a face on it. So I'm going to give my jellyfish the same as I did with this one. I'm going to give it little eyelashes and a little smile, right? So figure out where you want it on your bottle and then just make it. One. And then I'll show you what I have. Oh, this turned out so cute. And she looks like such a happy little jellyfish. All right, so let me show you what I got. Okay, so this is what I have. Pull this up a little bit. these are what we made today. Happy little jellyfish. So if you want to make one of these, the video will also be posted on the City Museum Facebook page. You can also go to citymuseum.org and it will be on there as well. If you want any information on City Museum, you can go to citymuseum.org and we'll have all information about us on there, where we're located, phone numbers, all that good stuff. And then tonight at 7 o'clock, I'm going to be doing a more adult-oriented project that you can join me in doing. Other than that, if you do not want to join me for 7 o'clock, I will be back on at Monday at the same time today at 11. So thank you for making a jellyfish, and come back and see me again. Where's it at? Oh, there it is.